truck. We want water. I see someone no can they pam live, you know. You see when them give you back a little water, I'm a turn on my pump. I want none to come talk about. Maxine let them get hose and give me a little water. Go let out the hose out on the father. Come in and let it down. We don't want people come down. Man straight for to get water. And that's why the country now better can unite. Me not go to my water, so none come on my place. Yeah, we want water. We want water. Look there. Look how much buckle. And I 2 bills to fill one. Every day we fear do this. Our minimum wage is just 17,000. They won't forget money from. We need water.
Them say he that have ears to hear, let them hear. People, we in a real trouble. I didn't know it was this serious until yesterday. So you have a youth on YouTube, him name Yo Noel. You can go and look on him page and it's exactly what I talk about. You see this water restriction thing here is serious. So this is a photo of the Hermitage Dam. Yeah, man. I don't know if you want to call it Hermitage Dam, Hermitage Pond, Hermitage a little bit of water, or Hermitage with no water, none tall. But this is it. It's bad. It's really, really, really bad. So you see the little that you have, me I beg you, preserve it. Yeah, man. Use it wisely, because if we don't get this rain here, or if some water no pop up from somewhere, full up, but this we not a problem. So it's 2 dam cover the carpet area. Hermitage Dam 1, I have the Mona Dam. You have some other little water bodies, some other little well, all about the place. But those are the main source of water for the carpet area. And it's almost at ground level. But now is the time. Now is the time for the authorities to step in and clean these dams. Like the whole heap of silt build up, the whole heap of mud build up. Long time the dam them not drench, you know. Then again, one prime minister, they sell the drenching machine to him friend them. And we have to rent it back now as a government. We always make the bad choice. No, it's not the time to play politics. Tell me not talk about that. But watch out, man. Do what I have to do now. I see if you can clean out some of the mud. Yeah, we're going to clean out some of the mud. Because the water will come back, you know. I'm not sure that when, but it will come back. So, what I'm going to do when I can do, I beg you do. And people, use it wisely. Yeah, man. Them say, no matter wash no car, no matter water no land, no matter, yeah. When you watch the video, you see exactly what going. Are we running out of water? I don't know. And I might happen news still. You understand? I say crime and violence be nearly 10 to that one.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in here to cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Man, me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple me.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? Wagwan, my people. Hope everybody doing okay. Hope everybody doing all right. Get another Sunday morning, get up and find myself alive. Every day above ground is a blessing. Awesome is to be amongst the living, and surely, not amongst the dead. Give thanks to life and the gathering on this wonderful 2-meat Sunday. Yeah, a two-meat Sunday, understand? Red rice and rooster are something else. What is the something else that you bunks in today? Because everybody knows a Sunday a 2-meat Sunday. Now, when I want me to cook to the whole week, Sunday, 2-meat special. Whole heap of food in a plate, whole heap of meat, you understand? And then for Monday, you don't know, say, a top thing. But when I reach right there, they say it. Crocus bag of things are going. I want to tell you something. Always try to be a good person. It no matter where people throw up on you, be a good person. Even if it doesn't come back at you, even if they don't appreciate it, even if it would be easier to become cold, bitter, or start keeping scores, the world gives you plenty of reason to harden your heart. Don't let it. Don't let it. Because at the end of the day, life isn't really about how other people treat you. It's about who you choose to be despite it. The kindness you show, the love you give, the way you carry yourself when nobody is watching. That's what stays with you. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Okay? So always remember to bear that in mind. But people, Jesus Christ, Jamaica for be one of the best place on earth. If not not one of the best place on earth. Imagine this, you to the pan the gelding truck and the man want jump off of the gelding truck all long, man. Till the settings the done go. The man full up Marsha that rankers of their mouth because alone till she da get. You don't know say. You tell Marsha that say, watch out, man. You want to come off of the gelding truck and you want a youth. So Marsha that say, wait. You want a youth? Alright, just say go on for where go on. You have breed. That Marsha that tell it. Marsha that tell the dog say she have breed. So 46-year-old Marsha that Thomas come from New Orleans in Clarendon. Tell such man say she have breed, And my boy just start send money because my boy so watch out, man. He want the best for him youth. 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. And on the 9th of August, listen to me, killing other people. The 9th of August, Marsha they tell him, so watch out now, me I got a ton, go have baby. My boy get excited, my boy start calling hours at the hospital them. At the hospital, the Marsha they tell him, say, yo, she a going him car around there, no people. Him say, after nobody don't name so. Nobody come here to have a baby like that. We haven't even any child from morning. John was star. Then I wonder what go on, him a call Marsha 10th, 11th, 12th, now get her. 13th of August, Marsha call him and say, yo, them kidnap me. Ball Marsha a ball per phone. Oh, they kidnap me. My baby, I'm my next son. The mother said, take time. What you mean them kidnap you and the baby and your son? Oh, so your baby and your son there? Marsha say, yo, they let up me and my son. You understand that they go with the baby? Man said, they go with the what? They go with the baby. Beer ball in Marsha that a ball in our lion self. So the man decides, say, yo, man, I go to the police station, I go report this in the bad. But hold on, like, man can't so fool, Man can't so fool, because you are tell me, say, from Marsha that call, you are tell you, say, she a breed, not even one day decide, say, yo, you are going to check on your youth in the belly, and go rub down the belly. All if Marsha net fat, you could have still go rub the belly and see if you feel one little kick or one little something. People, Marsha never that breed. Marsha never that breed. Marsha never that. Me not even going to tell you, say, no kidnapping, don't go on, and nothing else don't go on. Marsha net catch a skull and she does name out a skull money. Yeah. Marsha net hold him and say, wait, you want to send money? At 46, Marsha net time, you have to pick the kind of God still. They understand. Because some people still fruitful at that age, but seriously though, people. You really are tell me, say, man in a this day and age, sit down, not even one day. You say, make you go circle. You baby mother? You just a send things, so. Well, you say, go on, power, go on. Marsha it, I go face the music because the man make sure, so you need a report to the police, go in front of the judge. So Marsha it is going to face the music. Last nearby trick Jesus Christ, the man still have no youth. The man still have no youth. Jesus. Marsha, that is wicked. Marsha, that is a wicked. That right there. So yeah, people move from right there. So go right around the road. No, I guess go on, power go on. Jasmine Campbell, 44-year-old, dead. Crash and dead on the AG Coombs Highway. Yes, the man tell us accident go up on the AGS Coombs Highway. The brother were dead, named Jasmine Campbell, 44-year-old. Crash and dead, just like that. Condolences to the family and friends of him. May soul rest in peace. Slap this out of Porto Seco now. Big sit down. Me not even talk about the pit, they better get beat up. We move from right there, so. How on earth you can go to the beach? Zin? Parents, how on earth your 4-year-old can go to the beach? The picnic get her from your hand. The lifeguard them bring back the picnic on gear. I make the picnic get to you again. So 4-year-old Azai Legor we come all the way from Port. But him and him people them left to have a wonderful time at the Porto Seco Beach Club. See? Boom, in get to as I said before, lifeguard find him, carry him to him parents. The picnic get to you again. Carelessness. They say then call everybody. Lifeguard then call, coast guard then call everybody. Hours after, you find the picnic in the pool. Drowned, dead, just like that. Mighty God. Carelessness. People can't so careless. Wait there now. Carlton Palmer him now. Spoil the man, spoil all the trip yesterday. No? Spoil the trip. The Grand Palladium owners decide to say, they might carry out them staff. Carlton Palmer, who work at Grand Palladium, as him reach a swift from right in a Portland, him decide to watch a chuck off settings thing. That was it. Look how the towel come full circle when big carry for dry off himself after he come out of the water. After him friend who can swim, they go in the water and dry him out. And that same towel him have to take control over his body. Yeah, right on the ground. Thief. Me a picture can show here so they can come look on that for who want to see it. Move from right there, so now. And make I tell you something. You see when people your water they pan you is a hell of a thing. In the morning, 50 minutes before lunchtime, the people them say, my view, we see what white Mitsubishi Lancer 2013 to be exact. Do road. And two scammer you to come from jail and the United and 3 other people I don't know them. So I say we go on, them say, my view. You don't know, say the car turn right over. I say, for real, them say, yes, but if you don't go to the drive the car, him dead passport. Daps end up dead right in the hospital. People, I want to depend them. People, I want to depend them. Them now have no more line of call for chat because, boom, them dead. Come there again, quick and fast. The mascot will left Jamaica and gone overseas, gone turn Menke, Dwayne Robinson supposed to do him. Because the man left Jamaica and reach overseas and say, watch the man, done in Jamaica, turn him back till him had gone in the United States Army and become a citizen in 2013. He was arrested for kidnapping and attempted murder. According to the warrant, the shooting was premeditated because he go over the victim home and wait for the victim. Yes, people. So, he was honorable discharge. In 2015, now, he was convicted for attempted first-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon with intent. So, chum, so what you go on now? Take back his citizenship from him. I'm going to tell you something. We don't want him back out here because him, they don't give him back our one. Keep him. When you're not done with him, keep. If he's not dead, keep him. We don't want him back at job. We don't have no space for him. And if we have space, we don't want him. Send him got Timbuktu. Like when I send some other people go around there. 10 to in a one. Up on the screen, remember this boy you try more time, kill him dead in burning papers for girl. After the girl tell him say yo the relationship done and she a move on. And she want him come out of the house. Boy I beg for charge. The boy go so boom and find out. So watch the man for your birthday, another man go jump out the hole. My boy kill her. My boy kill. Oh, remember this story? Well. We don't know the people in Canada name. So I remember the Canadian Prime Minister name. But guess what? He go in front of the judge and I make him go same sentence in the right round the corner. Make sure I'm dead too, because we don't want him back out here, If we don't want none upon that, what happened? Let me refresh your memory.
Devastating. My life has changed.
Lola Stevenson has been suffering since her 34-year-old daughter, LaTonya Anderson, known for her infectious laugh, was strangled to death by her husband, Troy Moulton, inside the family's Whitby home. Anderson had been trying to end the relationship with him for months, and he was resisting.
All summer she had been asking him just to move out, and he said he's waiting for a place. He told the judge if he had somewhere to go, he wouldn't have killed her.
Just 4 days after her death would have been Anderson's 35th birthday. The judge found Moulton believed she was going to spend it with another man. Moulton was found guilty of second-degree murder in March after a judge-alone trial. Anderson's mother says she wants her daughter's attacker held accountable for what he did. After Moulton strangled Anderson and left her to die, he fled the scene, wired money home to Jamaica before writing a post on social media saying, "I'm sorry for killing her. I love her and can't imagine her with a next man. Love you, LaTonya, for life, but I couldn't make you walk out of my life." Moulton then turned himself into police and confessed to killing his wife.
In the interview at the police station, he asked the police, "Do you ever love a girl?" Policeman said yes. And he said, if your girl was cheating on you, what would you do?
Court heard Anderson's 12-year-old son discovered his mother unresponsive in his bedroom where she'd been sleeping. Anderson's son, who is now 14, his identity protected by a publication ban, told court in his victim impact statement, her husband came in and began begging her not to kick him out. About later finding his mother dead, "That moment changed my life forever. It replays in my mind. What makes it harder is that I had just been with my mom moments before. Sometimes I wonder if there was anything I could have done to save her." Second-degree murder is an automatic life sentence. The only issue the judge must decide is a parole ineligibility period between 10 and 25 years. The Crown says 20 years would be appropriate because the murder was motivated out of jealousy and possessiveness, and intimate partner violence must be denounced. But the defense says 11 years would be more appropriate for the first-time offender, saying it would have been 12 years were it not for the harsh treatment that Moulton has endured while in jail.
My daughter is dead, and he's talking about jail inconvenience.
The judge has reserved her decision on sentencing until October.
Don't worry yourself, people, because I guess the one probably one. Me, I'm going to know the outcome. Don't worry now and again.
Not that material, so the Court of Appeal judge didn't cite them. Given the history of this case, the length of the trial, and the efforts made by the court to assist the defendants there are the people who possess the land. Let me read it again. This is what the judge said. Given the history of the case, the length of the trial, and the efforts made by the court to assist the defendants who seem to have been misled by politicians into squatting on private property, notwithstanding their unlawful act, this court empathizes with the gullible defendants. 6. The application. This is the application by the Minister of Housing to stay the order of the court, which was granted in favor of New Falmouth, and the application for injunction. The court said the application is iniquitous. That means it is grossly unfair, it is morally wrong, it is wicked, it is unjust. This is what the court said. This is not the first judge, this is not the second judge, and this is not the third judge reciting the facts. It's judge on top of judge on top of judge. The judge continues. It may be that the law is not a shackle to the lawmakers. That does not apply to the court, which must dispense justice according to the law. 7. It is the court's view that the application is devoid of sincerity. It is an attempt to pervert the course of justice and an abuse of the process of the court. This is what the court is saying to the Minister of Housing based on its application to stall a judgment that was given to New Falmouth years before. The application is refused with costs, so they're supposed to pay the cost for New Falmouth. And as I told you, when you read the affidavit of Mr. Chisholm, Mr. Chisholm is telling them from 2002, he went to every agency begging them, please help. Please find somewhere to put these people. I need my land. I need this. I need that. Not one soul batted an eyelid. The court accepted that as fact. Because anybody can say anything in affidavit, but for the court to accept it, it went through a process of examination, cross-examination, passed the test of admissibility, passed the test of hearsay, and the court accepted it. Right? So, the court granted the Minister of Housing leave to appeal.
Mr. Chisholm, not being from a line of traditional large landowners, has no right to ownership of such relatively large tracts of land. 46 of the judgment of Justice Campbell's judgment, 47 as well, he says the Housing Act and the Land Acquisition Act do not provide for the compulsory acquisition of privately owned land in order to transfer an interest to a community of persons who have occupied those lands despite their efforts of the owner to evict. Very important.
Yes.
This dispels any labeling of adverse possession because you're not in open, undisturbed possession.
Yes, it's not undisturbed.
No, it's not undisturbed despite the efforts of the owner to evict. And furthermore, again, the judge is upset because it is in defiance of the orders of the Supreme Court. I share the view of my brother, Justice McIntosh, that the application of the claimant is insincere and iniquitous. The Constitution protects private property and does not provide cover for the acquisition of private property in order to regularize the unlawful occupation of squatters.
Very important.
He goes on in paragraph 47. I have not been shown any authority that imposes an obligation on a private landowner to make available his land to a community of persons in unlawful occupation in order to prevent those persons bringing on social unrest. The Constitution does not reserve the right to ownership of large tracts of land to persons of any particular social class, color, or creed. Justice McIntosh was driven to describe the earlier application on behalf of the occupants as insincere and iniquitous, the third time now, using these same two words.
Insincere and iniquitous.
No doubt because of the total disregard for the defendant's fundamental rights. This court has formed the view that the hardship that has been visited on the defendant appears to be a consequence of a view on which public officials and the claimant seemed to have acted that Mr. Chisholm, and this is the most potent,
powerful stuff, read it, Said.
Mr. Chisholm, not being from a line of traditional large landowners, has no right to ownership of such relatively large tracts of land. If I am correct in that view, the remedy to that malady is an emancipation of those minds so enslaved.
Wow. Wow.
I don't want you to miss that. It's basically saying a Jamaican businessman is treated differently by the state because he did not come from the traditional landowning class.
Yes. Yes.
He's saying, in other words, George, the state would not move this way if it was against a plantation family.
Yeah. Big name, old money, he's not. So because he's a small man not supposed to own so much land. So because he's a small man, not from a big landowning family, we're moving against him to take the land, is what the judge is saying.
The judge is saying it would not have occurred. It goes beyond Trelawney. Squatting in Jamaica is it's nothing on the fringe. Informal settlements are now a very large part of Jamaica. And behind almost every one of these settlements is the same set of facts. People with nowhere to go, land they do not own, years of political tolerance, and eventually a reckoning. What Cooper's pen shows me is what happens when that reckoning is deferred for 2 decades. Justice McIntosh identified the underlying wrong as early as 2012, when he described the defendants as having seemingly been misled by politicians into squatting on private property, and said the court empathized with them while recognizing that what they had done was also unlawful. That is the tragedy of the case in a single sentence. The persons who lost their homes on Tuesday morning are, in large measure, the ones who were let down. They were encouraged to stay. They were told help was coming. Affidavits filed on their behalf by public officials. Minister declared their community an improvement area. And when all of that failed in court in 2016, nothing was put in its place. Nobody relocated them. Nobody bought the land. Nobody told them that 10 years of silence did not mean that the judgment had no effect. And it is also worth saying here plainly that the owner of this land is himself a Jamaican businessman who, on the evidence accepted by the judge, spent more than a decade writing to government agencies, to the housing agency, to the Prime Minister, asking for help to resolve the position of the very people on his land. And he received no help. I want to repeat that, George.
Please.
The Jamaican businessman, he had people on his land. He spent 10 years writing to government agencies. On the evidence in the case, you can go and read it yourself. He wrote to the housing agency. He wrote to the Prime Minister asking for help to relocate the people on his land. He got no help. So this is not the case of a landowner who did nothing and then reached for a bulldozer. It is a case where everybody was asking the state to act, or the state not to act, but the state did not act. And then there's a timing of this, because many of the families just went through Hurricane Melissa and Darby building. But whatever the legal position, that fact will and should shape how we feel about what happens. Because a court order, it does not go stale. You can't just ignore it and let it just sit there. It might just be sitting and waiting. So I think the bigger lesson this afternoon, this evening, is for anyone who is occupying land they do not own. The message is to regularize your position now, while there is still someone to negotiate with. For landowners, the message is that the courts will protect a registered title, but that enforcement gets harder the longer you wait. And for the state, the government, the message is the one both courts have already given. The Housing Act is not an instrument for solving a political problem, and the Constitution is not a mechanism for taking one Jamaican's land to give to another.
Thanks for watching. This was a MyView TV production. Remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, tell a friend for tell a friend, and remember, it never bring nobody forward for cheer for him. Walk good.